Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain how to get all Microsoft 365 group connected SharePoint sites and its details using PNP PowerShell. So recently I was working on SPFX web part where I was combining the Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Planner in that web part. So there I was required to use the group ID because the Planner and Teams are comes with the Microsoft 365 group connected sites only, right? So to get that group ID and also to get to know what are the SharePoint sites which are group connected and which are not group connected with the PNP PowerShell I get, and we can also check in the SharePoint Admin Center. Now we will see how to check all those things. So here you can see I have opened the SharePoint Admin Center. So in this Admin Center, you can under these active sites, you can see all the SharePoint sites under this tenant. So you can get to know whether the SharePoint sites are group connected or not with this primary admin. So here you can see if there is a group owners, which means it is a SharePoint group connected site. And also if we go here, there will be a Microsoft 365 group. So they in this field also you can able to see yes or no. With that you can get to know these sites are group connected or not. In case these fields are not present in your admin center, just go through this one. So here you can see site connected to Teams, Microsoft 365 group, sites without a group. All these things are there. By just clicking on this will come. So you can get to know what are the sites that are group connected. So this way also we can check in the SharePoint admin center. But if we want to get the group ID of particular SharePoint site, we cannot get here. So for that, we need to use PNP PowerShell or Microsoft Graph. So in this video, I will explain with PNP PowerShell how we can get. I will also explain with the SharePoint Online Management Shell how we can get that one. So first we will see with PNP PowerShell. So in this Visual Studio Code, I have written the code. So here you can see I created one variable named admin center URL, and for this URL I have provided the SharePoint admin center URL. And then I used connect-pnp online command to interact with the SharePoint. So this is the PNP PowerShell command to interact with the SharePoint. And for this, it is having the parameters like URL, interactive, and client ID. Now for the URL, we are providing this admin center URL, so it will connect to that SharePoint admin center. And then the interactive, this parameter, what it will do whenever we are running this code. So that time it will ask us to log in. So then it will check our credentials. And then the client ID. This client ID is a mandatory one. Without this, we cannot interact with the SharePoint now. Previously, we can able to interact, but they made it as a mandatory one. So where we can get this client ID is in, we need to first register one application in Microsoft Enter ID with a proper permissions like SharePoint delegated. So then only we can interact. For example, for reading, it is okay. If you want to perform any actions like creating a site or creating the list in the SharePoint site or any other things, we need a proper permissions for those sites. Otherwise, we cannot perform those actions with this client ID. So make sure you have proper permissions for this client ID. And then I used get-pnp tenant site command. So this command is used to retrieve all the SharePoint site collections in that tenant. Here you can see in the PNP community, they have mentioned it is used to access the SharePoint tenant administration site, and it will retrieve site collection information. And they have mentioned this syntax. This is for to get one site and to get all the sites, and they have given all the parameters like group defined and filter we can apply, and then template detail include OneDrive sites or not. In the down, they have mentioned some of the examples so that you can go through how to use this one. You can get to know. Back to the code. So here for the group ID defined, I have mentioned the true. So it will also retrieve the sites which are group connected sites, and then I used the select parameter. So what it will do is it will retrieve all the data. Instead of that, if we want to only get this particular data, then we can mention what we want. So here I am getting URL, title, and group ID. So by mentioning these three parameters, it will retrieve only those three values. After getting those three values, we need to terminal pane itself so we can get to know, or if we want that data to be stored somewhere. So for that one, I used this export hyphen CSV. So this will create one Excel file with those data. So for the path, I have mentioned this. So my path address, you can change it along with according to your requirement. Let me open this one. So in the temp folder, I already have those Excel. So let me change this name. Sites details. I'm changing this name. After this one, I'm using this disconnect PNP online. It is not quite. We can also keep it after this program run. If you don't want to keep your connection, you can use that one. Now let me run this code. Then it will ask us to log in. So you can see here. I'm choosing my email address. So after connecting, it will start running and the program runs successfully. Now we need to check group connected sites details CSV file. Let me open this one and just refresh it. So here you can see group connected sites details and the date also today's one only. Let me open this one. So here you can see URL title and group ID is there. Let me expand this. So you can able to see the URL and the title also it is getting, which is the site title, SharePoint site title, and this is the group ID. So this way we can retrieve URL title and group IDs of all the SharePoint sites which are group connected. After this, we will see how to retrieve these details using SharePoint Online Management Shell, Windows PowerShell IS, because I installed the SharePoint Online Management Shell here only, not in the Visual Studio. So let's understand the code now. So here also I'm using first connect hyphen SPO service. Unlike the PNP PowerShell, there we are using connect hyphen PNP online command, and here we are using connect hyphen SPO service. And for this URL, I am providing my SharePoint admin center URL. And then for the sites, so here we are using get SPO site, and the limit is all, so it will retrieve all the sites. And then I'm using for each one to iterate over all the site present in this sites variable. So after that, I created one object, a custom object, which is known as PS custom object. Within this, I am providing all the details. So I created two properties like site URL connected and group ID. So from this, we are taking site dot URL. So for each site, whenever it is iterating, it will retrieve that site URL and store into this property and then connected. Here it will check if that site is group ID, site.group ID, and the group ID is not equal to empty, which means some of the sites will be there which are not Microsoft 365 group connected. So for that group ID will be empty. If that is empty, if it is yes, we are taking, and in this connected we are displaying yes. If those are not empty, then no. So like this, we can understand whether this is a group connected sites or not. And then group ID, if that group ID is present, it will retrieve and store in this where in this property. Now all these details are present in this custom object, and that one we are storing into this results. Now that results I have formatted it in a table, so here only we can able to see. Additionally, I am using this export CSV command, same like as I used in the previous one. We can get those details into Excel also. Now here also, since that I already run this code, I will change this name instead of site SharePoint site group connections.csv. Now let me run this code. Here also we are connecting while running this code only. So the code runs successfully. Here you can see the site URL, you can able to get that one unconnected or not, yes or no it is showing, and the group ID. So wherever it is no, in those places group ID is empty. Now we will check that folder once. So here you can see SharePoint site group connections. If I open that Excel, same thing. Whatever we have retrieved in this terminal pane, same thing are present here. So this way we can easily get all the SharePoint sites which are group connected and their group IDs, and we can get to know that whether these sites are group connected or not using this PNP PowerShell and SharePoint Online Management Shell. Thank you for watching this video and don't forget to subscribe our channel.